August the 29th, 2023. It took me a couple hours to even rise today. This evil, domineering government sent this beast last night, and it attacked. I'll show you where it attacked. It attacked the bottom of my head. And it was like sticking its tentacles or something in me, in trying to extract my soul, trying to climb inside my being. And it was excruciating pain for hours in the night, as it was trying to create nothing but terror, a permanent fear through its demons and through trying to invade. And I knew before I went to bed that the enemy was on my computer trying to communicate with me. It's real as it can be. But I had to wake up to the fact that I always did not like myself from the time I was little. And I remember I used to throw temper tantrums every day. I kept this broken heart. I liked and I marveled and I adored everyone around me, but I didn't like being in myself. I hated to go alone inside myself. I hated to be within my own core, but it made me afraid. It made me afraid. So I just was constantly wanting my parents to cuddle me and sleep. I was a preemie, so I slept in the bed of my grandma until I fell off her one night. I used to sleep on her belly when I was 4 pounds 3 ounces, and then she was petrified. She never let me sleep in the bed, but I grew up being cuddled. And then I always had a dog or something. So I always had to have something to love and cuddle my whole life. And so I never really, my mother was always trying to make me feel secure. Everyone in my family, I think it might have had something to do with being an incubator for 6 weeks and the loud noises as a baby. They say I had a traumatic delivery. My mother was so small, her uterus really couldn't carry me. And they had to dig me out with forceps and a cut above my eye. And they thought it might have given me a lazy eye. But it's because she was so young when she had me. And I had turmoil, but I had this weird fear of darkness when I was very small. And I used to watch horror movies, which I shouldn't have, with my relative on Friday and Saturday nights. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but there was just something I feared about that. I knew it was another realm, and I feared it. So sometimes at night when I fear it was trying to get me, I just put my dolls around me when I was age 6. And I knew they could never save me, but it made me feel like I had a barrier that if something got me, I'd wake up and know it was there. Well, now this darkness has come into this. It's in Kentucky. It's probably here before I was born, and I just had a sixth sense. They say I'm an empath, and I was able to feel it. But now I have totally repelled and rebelled, so it's trying to use locals. I go to a freaking hotel, and this guy sitting in the lobby, his hair cut like devil horns, like those that follow me. In the night, something was burning my head through the wall, burning my brain on top. They always have to burn my brain on top to try to make a beast appear. It was burning it and making it very sore, like concussion, in the night, which means it had to be coming from the next room. And then I could feel myself being burned from above, and this monster came in the night, and I didn't see it. It came in a dream, and I was being attacked by supernatural dark forces in my sleep that kept saying, you're the bride of Satan, marry the devil. And I woke up hearing those words. I said, Bob, something keeps telling me you're the bride of Satan, marry the devil. And it was assaulting. So last night, it was trying to completely destroy me through entering through that back of my neck. And it was trying to fill me with its demons and something else. And I just had to tell myself when I woke up, when I felt like I can't exist anymore, I'm afraid I will never be able to take care of myself. I'm afraid I'll never be able to wake up all together and function. And then God reminded me of that time when I was small, when I felt like the darkness was trying to overtake me. My husband said to me, he always helps me, like my angel, Sherry, you give so much light. You give so much joy. Everybody that knows you thinks when you're, younger, you're an angel. You have a beautiful soul, but you never liked yourself. So see, that's how bad things get a hold of us. Is that, I was always drawn when I met Frankie Valli, age 14 or 15, to him, because I thought that he worked so hard and struggled, but didn't see the God in him. He didn't see the angel in him. I thought he was truly filled with the Lord, and I wanted to just serve him to feel God's presence, but I couldn't convince him of that. If I say, oh, Frankie, can I do your story? Oh, I've done some things in my past I'm not proud of. All he does is focuses on flaws. but he's incredible. But I feel a great energy with him, like a higher power, and I love to be around him. And all I wanted to do was make him believe in himself, write songs, promote him, and be happy forever, just on that love. But this evil group wanted to try to spread gangster shit and drugs and evil. So what they did to me was they invited me to a writers' conference. And there they said I had a white aura, but they didn't tell me they were stealing hair from a hairbrush. Just somebody called me from Seattle and said the writer was. They didn't tell me when Jack Canfield put his hand on mine, they wanted to fill me with demons. They didn't tell me that they thought I was an angel. So all the while, I was putting these people on pedestals, hating my inner self. I couldn't go inward. I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of being alone, trapped in myself. I felt so lonely all the time in life. An introvert, I just felt alone except for with people that cared about me and my family. But I hated myself because I was scared to face myself. So every time I would get something happening, I would self-sabotage. Even when I wrote songs or I wanted to promote Frankie, by the time I always got around him when I was small, I used to just say, hi, how you doing? I'd always give him adoration, but I'd never tell him about what I was doing. I was too shy. And I was doing it in the background, promoting everything. I was too scared. I'd lose all confidence. And if I go to say something, my voice would just trail away. But Frankie, all he ever used to tell me was, do you believe in God? Then believe in yourself. Love yourself. Instead of giving your adoration to me, love yourself. If you really love God, then you'll find that inner love and peace in yourself. And I would always say, oh no, it's in you. And so this evil monster in this group took a hold of me. And then last night they were trying to just destroy me through this entity. And then I had to go back and remember that all the times people thought I was an angel or I had a white aura and people thought I was good, I hated myself the most. And then my hatred toward myself brought all these evil people that are famous to me, and all they did was did Disney art and Warner Brothers of me being a sacrifice, hanging upside down, disemboweled, me with my face tore off. And then they started destroying my appearance. Said they make me fat and ugly, made me put on like 70 pounds in a few years. They wanted to hate me, and for loving them, for always praising them, they wanted to destroy me because they saw Christ in me and I didn't see anything good. So now I can say that all this fantasy stuff is rubbish and people are not really who you perceive them to be a lot of times. You may see someone that seems like they're trying to, like at the Stephen King side, I would go in there and try to reform people and lead them to the light. I say, if you open a window of light, the light will get in. You're born that way. But if you're in an environment of abuse and addictions, you're never going to see your goodness. And it's got me nearly killed. And because I was trying to help those who felt like they were the outcasts, then this group is tried repeatedly to murder me. So today I just saying I don't know how I'm still functioning, but that thing is being sent to my home. They're using space weapons to do it. They do not want anyone to have light. They do not want peace. They want it all, the blackness, to become the abyss out in space. But it is only through God that we can survive. We cannot feel good about ourselves if we're wicked. We can't embrace each other and love each other if we're wicked. We can't find the truth if our world is full of wicked people who lie. And when everything gets to be about corporate control and commodities, people are being destroyed and their souls aren't being saved. Peace.